I actually need to move this out of the way. There we go. Now it's no longer in the way.
Hail, mortal. Lady Moonberry speaks highly of you. Good hunting. My huntsmen and huntresses are seldom late to report. Find them.
Invaders aren't the only danger in the woods.
Good to know. Sweet. That fear sends things like really far away.
here, before you are seen. Are you in need of the wild hunt? The falls are overrun. I think we are being hunted. We will return to the grove as soon as we are able. Thank you, friend.
Wasn't really a suggestion. You should just return to the glade.
Speak clear and true. The forest is watching. Glory to the wild hunt. These vile creatures will know the fury of the wild hunt.
I need a target. I need to get closer.
I know that voice, but he fell in battle.
Well, evidently not. Evidently he is still alive. Gonna heal up for a second. Then we'll go charge in there. Bladestorm is a very useful ability for AoE. It's not, I mean, in terms of AoE, like, it's not the best in the game by any measure, but it's still useful.
Know your prey. The first lesson you taught me. One you have forgotten.
Lord Kron, what has become of you?
And you're dead. I'm too close. What? Good morning there, sir. Morning to me, I guess it is evening there. Yeah, it is. It's not super late evening. I mean, it's 9 o'clock here, but... And you're dead. How you doing today, Martin?
For the Winter Queen.
That's above me.
I can't attack that.
Oh, cool. It's like almost 6 here. Just not sleeping with video and joined and doing very well. And you? I'm not too bad. I am doing alright.
You have need of a huntress?
Pretty tired today. Had to move a building, but other than that, not too bad. The building was not on skids, so... It's been a very busy day, that is for sure. Let's see if we can get through there without aggroing. Okay, well, the answer is no. Managed it well? Yeah, for the most part. Dude, is there still a delay on chat? It's so annoying. It's like I even have it on ultra low latency. No, it's not too bad. I mean, it was complicated. We had to get a lot of people. Well, I say a lot of people. It wasn't that many. But we had to get a number of people involved just to get it done in a timely manner. And because the building wasn't on skids, it made moving the building a little bit more difficult. But all in all, not too bad. All in all, it was still fairly manageable.
Do you not recognize your quarry?
You must say, this is the fate that awaits them?
No, I just typed so slow. Great news, mate. Yeah, I definitely think there's a little bit of a delay. I'm trying to get it sorted out as quickly as I can. In terms of, ooh.
I stand ready.
I didn't hit the button again. I should have hit the button. Dude, what the fuck am I doing? I'm so tired. Get the revive here and then continue on. I was not paying attention at all. Can I get my rest, please? Thank you. Jesus. Oh. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be able to do a video on or at least start recording a video on the WoW tokens thing. It's the plan. Anyways. Gotta figure out, no problems, mate. I die with so much fury. Warrior is just supposed to be able to heal from a lot of spell. Yeah, I think that happens a lot. Okay, I'm gonna have you charge in.
I'm out of range.
And I charge in. Oh, too close. Okay, Avatar. Keep more pain. Keep smash. Smash up. And we get rid of this.
The quarry.
on a doomed hunt. Now you are the prey. And I know you.
Enough, Lorcron. If you truly know me, then you should be afraid.
Alright, here we go. Much health. Tricks of the Wild takes reduced damage from Hunter Strike and all other abilities. Okay, well, I'm not a hunter, but it's going to take reduced damage, so. He's stuck. Oh, I knew it was gonna be too easy.
You are a huntsman no longer.
I need to get closer.
I will not fall to my prey again. Beware the shadows, Terrain.
Dumb. It's dumb being denied the ability to kill certain things because of story stuff. Ugh.
When do we hunt? A dear friend, twisted into a dire foe. He must be slain. Return to Glitterfall Basin. My hunt has only just begun.
Okay. I'm starting to wake up a little bit. I always get, like, whenever I start streaming after a long day or after a hard day, true damn limits they put on us, yeah. It's annoying. I like being denied the chance to kill certain characters or certain NPCs just because of story limits. Like,
serve the queen.
again, the back to the whole player agency thing of, like, you know, the things that the players do basically mean nothing.
To my former grove. May it serve you well.
Go this way. Okay, starting to wake up. Yeah, after I've had a long, like, hard physical day, like, whenever the initial point when I start streaming, like, it takes me a little bit to kind of wake up because I'm tired. Then eventually I kind of get momentum and then I start waking up a bit. The difficulty with moving the building was because it wasn't on skids, we had to find a way to get it on rollers. So we had to use a bunch of really big pipes and some landscape timbers, but like telephone timbers and stuff like that in order to roll it. And then once we did get it on there, then it was like once we actually got it free of its sedentary position, like then it was easier to move. But then getting it in place was difficult. So a little bit difficult, so we had to go through that.
Farewell.
That thing died easily. Okay. I was expecting more of a fight. I will. Okay. Okay. No problems, man. Take the time you wake up. Yeah. For sure. Go. Okay, I need to repair as well.
I'm out of range.
I think technically that other one is in range. Okay, so I'm gonna have to slay a bunch of these things. How much do you have? 30,000? I can kill you. Go. Here we go. Damage. Damage. Bring up the rage. Because this thing doesn't necessarily do a lot of damage, it's just annoying to deal with. Oh, dude, where's my rage regeneration? Here we go. Go. Okay, we'll destroy some more of these. Not so fast.
I need to get closer.
Your thoughts on Asmongold reacting to your video, if that's okay to ask? Yeah, sure, that's totally fine to ask. Oh, sorry, hold on. Full scatterbrain right now. Feel that? I thought his reaction was good. I felt that he articulated his points really well in the reaction to my video, and I think that his point of view is logical, and as I explained kind of yesterday, because some people were asking about it as well. I mean, obviously, it's very difficult to refute some of the points that he was making because he has a tremendous amount of experience in the game. And obviously, he has insight that most people don't have. I would say that some of his responses are probably a little bit more pessimistic than are maybe the reality. I would say that, obviously, like, I think there's always room for improvement, and that Blizzard is willing to do the things that it takes to, you know, to keep people in the game and to make sure that people have an enjoyable experience. But I think that, I think logically speaking, though, like, people aren't necessarily going to quit the game over, you know, store mounts. It would take something more egregious for people to leave the game. I think it would, you know, take something much more important. Like, I think if anything, like, it's going to cause people to leave the game, it'll be something related to a service like the WoW tokens or something like that that are actively disrupting the game and are very unhealthy for the game, at least in the way that they exist right now. So, I mean, that's just my take on that. But, yeah, I mean, Asmon's points were well argued. It's very difficult to refute what he's saying. The reaction, the example I gave yesterday when people asked was like, you know, oh man, Asmon's pulling out MS Paint. Here we go. There goes my entire video. I had a point, but then he pulled out MS Paint. You know, it's everything's doomed. So, but no, I mean, I think he's got the right of it. I don't think people would be likely to quit over the store mounts. I mean, again, like, I think if anything, tomorrow I'm going to try and record a video about the WoW tokens. That will be, both I think more informative, and it's going to be a different kind of content that I've done. I haven't. The plans I have for it, I've never done something like, so it'll be interesting to see how I can pull it off. And you're dead. Armature. How much health do you have? You only have 7,000. What? And you're dead. I guess the other thing too, you know, I talked about this yesterday. The other thing with Aslan's response is also I think he's and I don't use this in any form of disrespect. I think he's a jaded WoW player and that he's seen lots of issues just not get fixed by Blizzard over the years, and I think that's, you know, led him to believe that you know, that Blizzard won't necessarily address the issues that they have a problem with. Well done on that video. But well done on that video, and thank you for trying me. Yeah, I mean, it's the other thing is too is it's I'm not telling, like in that video, some people kind of misunderstood the purpose of it. I wasn't telling Asm like, hey, you should lead a movement, which I think I maybe messed up in how I was wording that video and the way I kind of drop and not aggro this. I wasn't telling him like, hey, you should, you know, definitely lead a movement. I'm just saying my point was more like, hey, if you know, this is something that you know, did want to take up and a cause that you felt is worth your time, then, you know, this is how you would do it, because it's definitely not impossible to do. I mean, nothing is impossible, you know. But, I mean, obviously, you know, Asmund had the right of it. Like, people just, they aren't going to quit over WoW mounts. So. Tomorrow I'm going to do something about the WoW tokens, just because I think like that's probably one of the biggest problems in the game right now is the current state of WoW tokens. I don't like that they're disruptive. I don't like that I don't like that it encourages, you know, real money transactions for gold. I don't like that it's like ultimately disrupting the purpose of the WoW tokens, and I think like it should stop. You know, boosting services are fine and stuff like that. I think they're separate. I think even from the economy of, you know, buying WoW tokens, but it also fuels the boosting thing. So, and also like, imagine gold that you spend on boosting. Like, imagine that boosting service actually mattering because of the gold that you have, like, is much more expensive, right? Because right now boosting is kind of seen as this thing like, oh, you just sold WoW tokens, got a bunch of gold to pay somebody to just give you a free ride through some difficult content. But imagine, yeah, I saw that guy post a comment. I was like writing a whole paragraph to him explaining. He had a little line, but he just liked it ultimately. That's okay. But I think like with the WoW token thing especially, I think one of the difficulties, or start to like change the thinking is like, imagine that instead of, you know, this whole stigma behind boosting now, imagine if boosting was like a reputable service. Imagine like, hey, that guy like had to farm a bunch of gold and he wasn't able to like get a raid group, but he was able to, or like on his own, but he was able like to afford, you know, someone to pay someone to take him through difficult content. Like, he had to work for a long time to get that gold. He didn't just sell a WoW token and then just instantly buy a carry. Like, your gold should matter.
Is it time to go already?
The gold that you get, you know, in game doing the various things that you do, it should matter. And, you know, whereas right now I think it doesn't. But I'll do a whole thing on that tomorrow. Dude, why is it always more questions?
I would be glad to assist you.
You know, Blizzard, not everything has to be a quest. You can minimize the number of quests that you have to do. Especially when these quests have no meaning. This is I'll tell you what, if Blizzard really wanted to make a big change, they would try and, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I messed up. Is there a problem with
I serve the queen.
the problem with that side button there on the mouse? That fixed. Yeah, that's true. It feels like very much like gold means nothing compared to people who just pay for the token. So for gold, like what? I spend hours trying to get gold and I pay for the sub. Yeah, I mean, obviously the token has its place. I mean, there are people that genuinely depend on the token in order to keep playing the game, and they have various tasks that they have themselves do. They set it up like a laundry list of stuff that they do in order to make sure they make enough gold to afford a WoW token. But the problem is the abuse of that WoW token is extended beyond its original purpose. And the other problem is because WoW token buying has become so rampant, the power creeping cost of buying a WoW token with gold is also increasing. So eventually it is going to reach a point where people just do not have enough time to farm the gold necessary to buy a token. It takes a tremendously long time to farm, that amount of gold. Like, you're not going to get it in a couple days, which, it makes sense. You don't just want to buy that kind of, or at least Blizzard's not going to want you to be able to get that amount of time, to play a whole month of World of Warcraft for, very easily, even though the game is honestly old enough to the point where, maybe that should be a possibility. But then you get the whole argument of, well, expansions and stuff like that. So, it's not just playing the same old game over and over again. Or at least, some people do still feel it that way. Like, expansions and all don't necessarily make the game new or refreshing or whatnot, which I completely disagree with. But I'm getting off on a tangent. That's a different point. My point is that Blizzard's not going to invalidate the actual payment method of actually being able to buy a WoW token with gold. They're just not going to do it. They need to be able to make sure that you farming for gold to buy a WoW token is the more unfavorable method with which to buy or to play the game in terms of getting in-game time, rather than just paying the sub, by making it time prohibitive to get that amount of gold. It's probably the most efficient way for them to do it. Like, in my honest opinion.
I will help however I can.
I mean, my proposed solution for this, because my thing is I'm not going to complain about something unless I have a solution. The solution should be to only have the WoW token purchasable with gold, but then you make it gold prohibitive. Like, you make it time and cost prohibitive to buy it, more so than it is. So, let's say that right now, I'm not sure what the average across all servers, or across all US servers,
The Weald welcomes you.
cost is for WoW tokens. I know it's creeping. It's anywhere between 170 to 190,000 right now is what I last checked. But let's just say that Blizzard made a WoW token cost 500,000 gold flat, right? Let's just say that a WoW token costs you 500,000 gold flat, and that's what you have to pay every month in order to continue to buy in-game time by not paying a subscription fee. But you make it to where you can't sell that WoW token. Not only have you made the gold more worthwhile and more meaningful, thus strengthening the in-game economy, because now gold isn't just some commodity that you can just simply buy with actual money by buying a WoW token, but now you actually create a system where you protect the integrity of the WoW token itself, and also by injecting gold back into the economy. Yeah, it's true. It feels very much like gold. It's nothing compared to people. Oh, that was the same comment from a minute ago. So anyways, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's where I stand on the token thing. I'm gonna do a video on it tomorrow, maybe a little bit more. Dude, there's so many fucking quests in this area, dude. Why? Blizzard, the amount of meaningless quests in the game needs to change. There is just so much stuff to complete. These quests do nothing but eat time. I realize that they provide XP, but they do not, add any sort of meaning other than just to burn time. It's a time sink, I get that, but it needs to be a meaningful time sink. It needs to be just not a laundry list of other random tasks. It's a minor gripe, but I mean, this goes into the whole character agency thing. World of Warcraft characters are the least meaningful. They're the least meaningful main characters of any game I've ever played. Anyways. I mean, I guess the other thing that they could do too, and this is a more extreme thing, WoW could, Blizzard could just take the WoW token off the store. They could just remove it. Because beyond just serving as another method for which people can play the game, which is important because you want to have as much accessibility to your game as possible, it doesn't serve another purpose other than just ruin the economy and then just boost, make boosting services an actual, money pit, an actual real life money pit. which if they were actually dedicated to stopping, they would just remove the WoW token. Just sad that many people won't have enough time to be able to farm all that gold. Lol, yeah, it feels like a lot of work for these quests. So, yeah, it is a little bit.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
I mean, and I guess this is maybe just, and sorry guys, my thoughts are going to kind of ramble just as I'm thinking about things, because I think I try and think through points before I say them. I guess the other thing is too is to be careful in how this point is presented, because this is also coming from the standpoint of someone that is able to just pay the monthly fee, and again, there are people that legitimately use the seriously. There are people who legitimately use the service for its intended purpose, and I don't feel like those people should be punished for the random garbage that other people do, but... I'm just trying to think. The other thing is, too, I'm trying to give another service that they would provide in order to allow people to play the game without necessarily needing to pay a subscription fee. But it's difficult because it's like the only other example that we have is WoW token. I'm not sure. I mean, one way or the other, Blizzard will have to figure out a solution, because as it stands right now, the token just can't keep going. And again, the same thing I, said to Asmon also, or at least would have intentionally applied to Asmon, also applies to, to Blizzard and the developers. If this is an issue that they actually care about, then they need to put their money where their mouth is and actually stop it, and come up with a meaningful solution to the issue. Otherwise, they need to stop complaining about the boosting stuff. It gets old saying, oh, you guys shouldn't be, trading real money for gold and doing this whole boosting thing. It's like, well, you don't give people no key bindings. What's wrong with my key bindings?
It's too far away.
What? Dude, it's... I just need one more tusk. I feel like I'm just missing it. No key bindings. Yeah, guys, again, sorry. The whole chat delay thing on YouTube is incredibly frustrating. I'm not sure how to solve it. On Twitch, it's like instantaneous. As soon as something happens, I don't know what kind of delay. I guess whenever you chat, if anybody's, actually listening, just type the next thing that happens on your screen. That way I can know how far you guys are behind me, because this is, I feel like I'm seeing text way after things happen. And I don't want you guys to think that you're being ignored, because you're definitely not. Just, YouTube chat, I think, is not as good as Twitch. Normally I stream on Twitch, but... you get better, you want to click on buttons. So the main 6 things that I use are on the first. I have buttons on the side of my mouse because I have the Naga mouse. So normally that's what I'm doing, is just pressing stuff on buttons on the side of the mouse. But some things I do click. I don't think clicking is necessarily a cardinal sin, but it's I feel like it's one of those things in World of Warcraft where people oh, you're clicking the abilities. No, don't do that. My internet is just slow. Weapon swing timer and using... Strong advice. Weapon swing timer and using... Instead of 1 of 9, Q through E. Well, W and S I have as movement. I mean, Q and E I don't really use because, again, I have the majority of my buttons, like all the buttons that I would want to press in terms of abilities and things like that, I have on the side of my mouse. So if I need modifiers or something like that, I can just shift and then click, and then mouse click, or a button on the side. It's just, again, a long time not playing World of Warcraft, because, again, I'm primarily a League of Legends streamer. Okay. Andre, tell me the next thing, like, that you hear, like, if... Like, I'm gonna jump, and then just type jump as quickly as you can, because I want to test, like, chat, I want to test chat timing, so I'm gonna count down from 3, and then I'm gonna jump, and then you're gonna type jump as quick as you can, alright? 3, 2, 1... Jump. Okay, so literally it is the guy in Australia that's just really slow. So Maurice, it is just you. And there's Maurice 5 seconds later. Okay. Well, okay, so for I guess people living closer to me, it is faster.
It's too far away.
And also, I'm just a moron, so, like, all my UI stuff is really bad for World of Warcraft. Because I'm committing a huge cardinal sin where I'm, like, you guys can't see because of, like, the way that the camera is and, like, and all this jazz, but, like, I am looking straight down at my abilities, and I know I should not be doing that. Like, I know that's super bad, and it's, like, a big no-no, especially in terms of rating. But, like... Like, I can't help it. I'm just like everyone else. Bro, look at the raid timers. I can't, must press, ability, when off, cooldown. Remain SLTBC. Like, I'm just staring like, when is condemn off cooldown? When is condemn off cooldown? Overpower. Alright, give me maul. Give me maul. Like, I'm just staring at it. It's a huge, like, I know that's a huge no-no. Do not stare at abilities.
I serve the queen.
Good to know. Go turn all these meaningless quests I just did. Yay! Meaningless quests! I'm gonna get aggroed by even more trash mobs. The other thing is, too, is, like... And again, another thing that I should be doing, but I think something that I could just choose to as a hill to fight on. I know that I should have add-ons in order to move around my UI stuff. Get away from me. Fuck you and your mom. Like, I know I should be having, I should have add-ons in order to move a bunch of the UI stuff around, so, like, it's not all just centered where it's out of the default, but I'm lazy, and also, I don't know, like, I've been doing it wrong. That's no wonder I die so much in raids. It's like, if only there was a way I could not die in raids. Oh, right. Staring at anything other than just my abilities might be one of the best ways to, I don't know, live. That's okay, bro. I have nothing to say to anybody on that front because it wasn't just until a couple days ago I think it was yesterday or day before that I realized I did not have Victory Rush. I was like, man, like, I know I'm an arms warrior, but where's my healing? And then I was like, oh, right, that healing ability I have that's not on my action bar. I should put that in my action bar. Never claimed I was a genius. The people that were watching were like, hey bro, you don't have Victory Rush. Like, you're gonna die.
Something. Now, where did I put that?
Can you repair equipment? Yes, repair all my stuff.
On to the next task. How can I help?
Oh, look, yet another quest. I've
The
completed.
queen watches over us.
Uh,
Pardon me.
okay. I'll run back 400 yards the way I just came. Thanks. Dude, there needs to be an achievement called treadmill. There needs to be an achievement called treadmill in this game, and that just like that gets progressive, and like the more you walk and run in the game, like the more like points of the achievement you should get. It should just like every couple of days, Blizzard should just add a new level to the treadmill achievement, and you know you just okay. I get through here without aggro and everything. Okay, you're gonna die now. Execute. Small. Okay, overpower. If fear doesn't really work on that. I don't know why I thought that would work, but listen, I've got buttons and I press them. Okay, Blade Storm. That's a button I've got. We'll just Blade Storm. It's absolutely the wrong ability to use in this situation, but I am Warrior Do Smash good. There we go. I probably should have done that just from the start. That's the other thing for me too, is like actually getting back into playing WoW consistently, because I've been one of those players that's just like started characters, play through things, and then just like delete characters and then stop playing WoW for a while, just either because of life or just because of getting bored with the game or something like that, or just initially like being scared of the game. Which that's I mean, that's kind of funny to me that people don't understand being like actually scared of WoW. But like, keep in mind, for me, I didn't grow up playing WoW. Like in terms of from a really young age, like a lot of people have been exposed to WoW since the early days, like the initial release of WoW, like classic or vanilla, whichever you want to call it, and then it was through the first couple of expansions. Like some people kind of got in on the early, but I didn't. I got in late in life. Like it wasn't until I was like 15, 16 that I started playing, and then sparingly because it wasn't my subscription. I played when it was like free trial. Whatnot, like when you actually got it out of a box set. Sword, dude, this is why going through these quests is so obnoxious, because I understand that questing gear is only going to last for so long, like it's not the main focal point of the game, so like you're supposed to get better gear, but like in the meantime, when it's the only gear you have, like that gear needs to match what gear I'm currently specking towards. Like, these are the options for this quest. I get a one-hand sword, which doesn't go with what I'm trying to do, especially because Fury Warriors have two-hand, and Blizzard knows this. Or a mace, which again, not what Fury Warriors use. Blizzard knows this. So I'm just gonna get the thing I can sell for more, which they're both the same, so it really doesn't matter. That XP is nice though. 12,000 XP, nothing to scoff at. Like, let's... And yes, I know I could fly, but I don't want to. I'm just going to continue to run, because... Hey, what's the point of collecting mounts if you don't use them? Although I am not a mount collector. I'd like to be. I'd like to care enough to go collect all the mounts, but... I care... See, the funny thing is for me is I care about a lot of the things in a game that other people don't care about in terms of simple stuff. Like, I care about sound design, I care about visuals, I care about size of the game, I care about playability, I care about questing, I care about storyline, I care about storytelling, I care about cohesion of plots and stuff like that. I care about meaningful character progression and meaningful character choices and stuff that I think a lot of WoW players don't either think about a lot or don't necessarily care about, which is sad. It's like the conversation we were having yesterday, character agency. It feels like every decision you make as a World of Warcraft character, A, does not matter, and B, oh god, I'm ignoring that. I'm not doing that.
Dreamweaver calls for aid.
I leave for like a day and everything goes to shit.
Oh, thank the Queen you're here. Nothing seems to end the
Okay.
nightmares.
I had to go slay
Could you
nightmares.
try a more direct approach?
It's like the conversation we were having yesterday, just for those that either weren't, I mean, here, I expect most people weren't, or who maybe don't know, like, World of Warcraft is infamous for having, like, the least meaningful character influence in any major game. Like, which is something that a lot of, like, single-player games get really well, or do really well. And, like, I understand it's a lot more difficult for multiplayer games because you're balancing what is essentially a massively accessible game to millions of players. And, you know, you want to keep the content included with that fairly balanced as well. But, like, when nothing I do as a character matters, like, all the stuff that I'm going through right now, like, all these decisions I'm making, like, especially with some of the more major either NPCs or stuff like that, or what you could consider major NPCs, it doesn't matter. It's like 20 minutes ago, that guy that we were fighting in the glade that, like, stunned me. Like, something that Blizzard could have done with that is, like, I could have, like, there should be a thing, like, I get him down to, like, let's say 10% health, and then the fight CCs, it gets stopped, and in that time of the window where it gets stopped, like, I have a decision. I can either choose to continue fighting that character and kill him, and attempt to kill him, or at least, because we should say attempt, because nothing's guaranteed. Like, you can die in the middle of a fight. I could die just by letting the Unleashed Nightmare thing punch me. But, like, I should be given the choice to I could be given the choice to fight it and continue to try and kill it, or I could be given the opportunity to, like, let it live, and then there could be consequences, you know, based off of that. And you can do that with just about everything in WoW. Now, I'm not saying everything needs to be this, you know, choose your own adventure for everything in the game. Like, obviously, that's not what they should do, because not only does the game just become too big to manage, but, I mean, then, like, you're having to write storylines for literally every interaction. That's not what I'm talking about. But there should be meaningful character interactions and meaningful character choices in the game. And right now, there aren't any. It's like, even in the main point of the storyline, like in the overall arcing campaign, your choices don't mean anything. Like, ultimately, the game doesn't even acknowledge that you exist. It just says champion, which it's not gonna, like, I'm not saying, oh, it should say your name. No, but it's like, you as a character, your achievement should be acknowledged. Like, you should be put a little bit more center front in terms of, like, the actual meaningfulness of the game. I'm not saying it should just only be about the character, because obviously you're trying to tell a story in World of Warcraft, but, like, the player should matter. And right now, it's just like the player is just an accessory to make the story happen, and that's, I think, not what most people want. I think most people would like to think that their decisions and their investment in the game matters because, you know, they get something out of it. But
None can hide
really,
from
the story just serves as a leveling experience, and then you go do raid content. You know? But it's, again, it's the same duality that every game has, or every multiplayer game has, where you're trying to balance, you know, multiplayer factor with storytelling, and you can't prioritize both equally, unfortunately. I mean, it is impossible. One thing is going to have more importance than the other for a design team, and, like, they have to make those choices early on. I'm not saying that, you know, like, the campaign or the, you know, the actual content of the expansion beyond the raid stuff is given more importance than the actual storyline, but it's like, it does feel like the storyline in a lot of cases is just an accessory to get to the raiding content. Like, it's just, hurry up and do the campaign so you can go raid. Like, everything that you want, everything that you really need is in the, you know, is in the campaign, like, you know, or in the raiding content. It's like, you know, there's no increasing difficulty of the campaign. There's nothing that you go back and replay. There's no missions that have any replayability. It's like, campaign's one and done, and you're trying to blitz through it as quickly as you possibly can, just so you don't have to have the aggravation of having the quests on your UI anymore. As soon as that's done, you're out. Right? And everything in regards to the character just reflects that. Your player character just reflects that. This is the wrong way. So, I don't know. It's a long gripe. It's a long-winded gripe, but it's something that I feel like World of Warcraft has missed for a long time, which is sad. You know, you would think with, I mean, honestly, you would think with Blizzard's, like, capability of telling a story, which, asterisk on that, their stories don't always make sense. There's a lot of books that we have to support that. Just ask Pyromancer how he feels about that. But you would think with Blizzard's considerable resources that World of Warcraft should be able to tell a fantastic story, and it should be able to do so in a manner that is sensible. It doesn't necessarily need to be concise, but is logical and it makes sense. And, like, everyone's aggravation with Sylvanas, you know, why would you burn down Teldrassil? Well, she just wants to be a bad guy and she's angry. Okay, but why would the Horde burn down Teldrassil? It didn't make sense. It only made them bigger targets. And, like, funnily enough, like the best reaction out of all of that was Sourfang, who was like, now they will come for all of us. This makes no sense. There was no motivation to burn down Teldrassil. What? But they just rammed it in there because they wanted Teldrassil, or specifically one person, wanted Sylvanas to burn down Teldrassil, and it ruined essentially what was a great character. Again, storyline not making sense, and also the player had like really no control over that happening. Like, imagine for a second, let's imagine for a second, chat, that in the moment of burning Teldrassil, let's just assume that the game content is going to force the issue that Teldrassil is going to be a factor of the game. Let's imagine that the player has an option whether or not they want to burn down Teldrassil, and there are different minor story events that can happen around whether or not the player chooses to burn down Teldrassil. Imagine that for a minute. Let's imagine a Horde player, doesn't matter what race or creed or whatever, or in terms of build or anything like that. Let's just imagine the Horde players just decide they're given the option whether or not they choose to side with Sourfang or on Sylvanas. Let's say that prior to burning down Teldrassil, those two have a giant argument about burning Teldrassil, and then like the player character is witness to this argument, and then they have to choose who they're going to side with. They have to choose. What is going on? There's subscribes. Sorry, stopped in the middle of a rant. Let's say that the player has to choose one of those people to side with, and if they choose with Sourfang, they don't burn. At least they choose not to burn down Teldrassil, and then you have different story options for there. Or if they choose to burn down Teldrassil, then they side with Sylvanas, and then there are different quests that side with that. Again, meaningful player interaction. Now, you can still write that Teldrassil is going to get burned down regardless of what your choice is, but how you get to that final destination matters a whole lot. But in that expansion, it didn't matter. Teldrassil burned, and ultimately anything the player did just didn't matter at all. Like, even the illusion of being given a choice wasn't there. So, what are your speculations of what will be happening in the next expansion? I have no idea, because I have no idea to predict the way that Blizzard is going to tell a story. I wish that I could lie and say I had any clue, but I don't. I know there's probably going to be dragons involved. I know it's probably going to have something to do with the current biome I'm in and the people around that. Find Partic. Let's go do this real quick. But, you know, I don't know. Dragons, this current biome, all the characters in regards to this. Maybe it's a, you know, light versus void situation again. That would be cool, because it's been a while since we've, like, actually had to worry about that. But I honestly don't even want to speculate. I don't even want to set any expectations in them, because I feel like it's... I will say this, like, if we want to talk speculation, if WoW has another bad expansion... If WoW has another bad expansion, it's kind of Dunyan Rings, because people, and I say this with a grain of salt. I say to give this opinion with a grain of salt, right? Because we said that there's no way that people stick around for 2 bad expansions in a row, right? There's no way. Like, Shadowlands, not a great expansion. Battle for Azeroth, really bad expansion. Like, just, to be honest with you, Battle for Azeroth was pretty bad, right? So it's 2 bad expansions in a row. If there's a third one, I think this is honestly the point where you say that people are not going to stick around after a third bad expansion. You will probably see a mass exodus from the game if that were to happen. Oh my god, you keep giving me quests. Why? I'll be honest, we need a true Cataclysm live, everything start over. I hope the Jailer wins. Well, that's the other thing too, right? Is we saw the whole bit, like in the trailer, with, you know, obviously the dragon coming back and from the egg, Ardenweald, and then we... I have to assume that the next expansion has something to do with that, especially with the naming and the biomes and what has been leaked, which I have my own opinion on what constitutes a leak, and certainly the way that they do it in Blizzard is not a leak. So I don't know why they call it that. It's kind of annoying. But, like, with all of that information, like, it's going to be something in regards to this biome and dragons, but, like, again, how does that play in with the Jailer? How does that play in with, you know, a certain captive king?
There's a lot I have to learn. Until next time.
Just makes no sense. Like, they converted him. That just doesn't make sense. I don't understand the corruption thing. I don't. Like, wouldn't he have just killed himself? Like, honestly, like, character-wise, wouldn't he have just killed himself and to prevent, like, being turned? I don't know. Look, again, that's why I don't want to make a prediction on this next expansion, because I have no idea what they're going to write in it. I have no idea what stories they're going to try and tell. I could even begin to tell you. So if anyone else has got theories, I'm open to hear them and consider them, but No clue. And this is like, I'm a ninja. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, Shane Cheatham. Happy birthday.
What shall I craft next?
I need to look at something real quick because I'm confused as to what I'm actually seeing on there. There's a different count. 251. Be 256. Only 256 here. Force. Interesting. Okay. The subscription to gold thing is a little weird. I graduated from Ninja Tech. Probably have the most applicable degree out of anybody. Well, it's not really my birthday. It's from a video, Ninja of the Night. Okay. What am I doing?
Greetings.
I have not seen that video. If I'm coaxing this thing to fight me, I'm going to be mad. Okay, I'm not coaxing it to fight me. I'm about to say, if I'm coaxing these things just to fight me, I'm going to be mad. It's like, yes, we want you to go entice this thing to fight you. What? Is it just one at a time? Are you serious? Wait, what am I doing here? Collect the depleted wild seed, place it in the Gormley's pen, and then coax. Why do you insist on doing this? It's little quests like this that slowly drive you insane. Just interaction by interaction, Blizzard giggles silently to themselves. No, you stay here. Small micro interaction by small micro interaction, you are slowly driven insane. Just like this. You see this? This is for no other reason than to waste your time. There is no value in this interaction. You are not receiving anything of value in this interaction other than frustration. Blizzard, I understand that you are trying to fill an expansion with things to do. I understand that you only have so many ideas. But if you are given a choice between having too many ideas that ultimately mean nothing, and only having a few ideas, but those ideas mean a lot, please choose the latter, because this is not good gameplay. That was a time sink. That was literally the definition of time sink. And now he's going to give me another quest. That is a time sink. I want to whack you with this branch, but I can't because the game won't let me.
How can I help? Now, where did I put that?
See, chat? He gave me another quest. This quest interaction doesn't even have combat. Never mind. Never mind. That's what I get for opening my fat mouth. That is what I get. I deserved that this is happening. No sooner did I open my mouth than that happened. Should have known better. There's no combat. You're about to make your own combat. You're dead. Okay, there we go. That's what I get for opening my fat mouth. What? Overhyped. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Oh my, what? Was that one execute? Ooh. That does not mean that warriors need to be quote-unquote balanced. It's just an NPC. Don't take that out of context, anybody. Just an NPC. What do you mean I can't do that? Are you telling me how to use my action bar? I'll show you. And... I don't have enough rage. Whoops. What do I use this on? Blizzard, I hate you. With all of my heart right now. I am slowly driven insane.
I would be glad to assist you.
Give me another quest.
Farewell.
When I said give me another quest, what I really meant was, please stop giving me quests. I am tired of this quest line and would like to get out of this area. I did not actually mean give me another meaningless quest. Why?
Calls. The hunt answers.
This is to get me to accept the quest I didn't want to accept in the first place. I am not doing it. I am walking away. I refuse to be shanghaied into doing a quest I have been actively ignoring. I will not be told how to play this game by an NPC. Hey, that quest you've been ignoring and you didn't want to do. Yeah, go do it. No.
I'm so glad you're here.
Hello there. Need anything? Enjoy the journey. Naya, take my harp. Its music can help soothe
Also,
the wild
the
sea.
cabbage
I'll
in the
meet
baby
you in
carriage.
Hibernal Hollow. Safe journey, you three.
I don't know what those people are typing, but I wouldn't click
Thank you for
anything that
bringing
they are
me along.
typing.
I'm sorry you couldn't speak to the Queen. I'll do whatever I can to help you meet with her.
Oh, great. And then this
Just like
is
you
like a
helped me.
protection mission where I gotta beat up anything that tries to attack this cabbage in a baby carriage. I don't know what those two people are typing in chat. I just see them at the bottom there. If it's a link, don't click it. That should be fairly standard, but
The nightmares returned. I need to play the harp.
I wouldn't click anything that they... You guys are just dicks.
Song must be attracting them.
Watch, somebody's gonna get mad because I said don't click whatever those guys are typing. I'm assuming they're bots. I can only assume that they're
Nightmares.
bots.
Guard me while I soothe the wild
I'm out of
seed.
range.
Really? I hate Spriggans. But thankfully I have executes, so I don't really care about Twiggy boys. Some rude Twiggy boys.
Every wild seed is precious.
Here we go.
We've lost so many. I wish the Winter Queen could save them all.
Hold! The road is not safe.
Gee, I wonder why. Not like it's a hostile forest or anything.
Wait, you're the one who helped us at Glitterfall Heights. Perhaps you can do so again.
This is where I get another quest that I don't want to do.
What do you fight for? For Arden.
This is the other thing where the players
Many are in
feel like they're held captive by quest decisions that they do not get to ignore. And also quest lines and decisions that ultimately have no bearing on the Ash of success of character. Not that execute. Kane Villain. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say. Plain Vein. Wait, that's on Twitch. I'm not streaming on Twitch. What? I don't understand.
Fight.
What the heck? Seriously? Okay, let's fix this. I need to. Oh yeah, I'm gonna remove that. Sorry guys, I'm trying to make sure like nothing happens with this. Trying to make sure that this gets removed, and then we're also gonna remove that. It's okay. That should be. Again, those things at the bottom, definitely don't click it. Vein. Okay, that's interesting. So I don't know why I got a notification for Twitter when or for Twitch when I'm not streaming on Twitch. Or maybe I am and I just don't know it.
This is no time to rest.
This is no time to rest.
Okay, here we go. You're not what? I'm not streaming. Okay, I'm not streaming on Twitch. Okay, that's what I figured. I guess somebody just went and followed the channel there. Technically, I should be trying to stream to both, I guess. Just so that way people that are there also get to stream. I tried both yesterday. I tried YouTube yesterday and as an accident. Oh, seriously.
I'm out of range.
Foes of the forest, beware.
This is infuriating. I'm saying to click this one, and it is just not. I don't appreciate being feared, and I'm gonna kill you for that now. Like, you have to die for that.
You have my
There we go.
thanks.
Yeah. Again, just as a reminder, folks, again, this is something I, wish I didn't have to say, but, like, if anybody, like, texts you in chat and tells you to click a link or anything like that, or if anybody's spamming something, seriously, I'm gonna kill you just like I killed your friend. If anybody, says click on something or types you a message in chat or anything like that, and it's not from a moderator, which I don't have, by the way, I don't have moderators yet, because am tiny streamer.
Every battle.
So if someone says that they're a moderator, they're not, they're lying. If it's me doing something, I'll tell you. And if they give you a link or anything like that, definitely don't click it. And if they're typing really random messages like dot something or another like that, like those 3 I just deleted, I can only assume those are bots, and they're... I'm not gonna take a gander as to what... See, like, this is annoying.
Then it will fall to ours.
This is so annoying. I have to go and delete this, but I can only do it via... I can only do it via the... That's... I can't do it via the...
I serve the queen.
I can't delete the messages, like, in the chat, actually in Streamlabs, which is infuriating, but we'll move on. Shield, sword, it's a one-hand, it's a two-handed... Again, Blizzard, you're not giving me any gear that is useful for me as...
Forest will endure. I strike first. The rest
Anyways.
will attack when I sound the horn.
Things I could complain about all day. Okay. Chatters, if you see this stuff reported as spam, yes, please do that, and I will do the best I can to just delete it as I see it. So. How much health do you have? You have 72 health? Where's my health? Oh, there it is. Big damage, big damage, big damage, big damage. I'm also looking at nothing but my abilities, which is a big no-no, so definitely don't do what I'm doing. It's a quick way to get in trouble. Damn. Dodge all of those. What horn? Oh, that horn. Okay, question from a noob to almost everything. Where do I report? Just right click. You should be able to just right click on a message and report it as spam. I mean, notice that those are, again, I'm not going to make assumptions again, but I have to assume that those are bots. And as nice as it is to see viewers count going up, I don't want it to be bots. So if it is, and you can tell it's a bot, you know, definitely just report it as spam. Stuff like that, like, it's very easy to see. I'm going to delete most of it, so it shouldn't be an issue. But, I mean, bots are a nuisance. So...
This was but one battle.
Alright, cool, thanks. Yeah, so you should just be able to right-click on the message and report it.
In need of the wild hunt.
Who's that? Christian Restrepo, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. Means a lot. I'm going to pick this mace. That does absolutely nothing for me.
Ride with us, friend.
Do I have to? I have to, don't I? I have to get on this thing, don't I? Okay.
The blighted stand in our path.
3 dots on desktops.
Run them down.
Oh, yep. This is also a lot less epic than it could be. This could be a lot cooler, but it's just kind of lame. Like, there's no cool battle sounds. There's no epic music. It's just a bunch of... I'm not going to say what I was just going to say. I'm just going to say it's a bunch of 4-legged boys running in a line. Urging down the lane. Yep, there we go.
Wild hunt. Come, we ride for Hibernal Hollow.
Thank you for escorting us, Erlon. It puts me at ease to know we are protected by a fierce huntsman.
I was not always so. I joined the wild
hunt
only recently.
Well, thanks, guys.
Grove
Yeah.
Had to be sacrificed to save the others.
That's what I'm thankful so far. Like, most everyone that's come in the chat and stuff like that has been really cool, and I appreciate that, guys. And,
We were overrun by masked fae.
like, definitely, if you guys have questions or have stuff y'all want to talk about, like, definitely bring it up. Like, I know some streamers will that like to ignore chat and stuff like that. For me, that's the highlight, is getting to talk to people. So,
And so is the Winter Queen.
I will certainly do the best I can to either discuss it or answer it.
Must do what we can to share it.
Alright. So here's the real question. Is whatever we're about to do meaningful? And that is it something other than a stupid side quest?
Please, Alioth, help us.
My
end
bet
this
is, funnily
nightmare.
enough, yes.
Though our resources are stretched thin,
It's a
I will
bear!
do what I can. Night embrace you.
Using the Wild Seed. Dreamweaver tells me the ritual to quell the White Seeds, Night Seed's Nightmare, but it will require stamina. Got lots of that. A soul named Proglo lives beneath this tree. Gather ammo for the grove's caretaker to use. Okay. I will grant you the ability to assume the soul shape of a fox.
Accept this portion of my power, mortal. Use it to alter your shape into one that the soul below will find more welcoming.
That scared me. So sorry. Alejandro 503, thank you. Thank you for the subscription. Holy cow, you guys are in Shadowlands, everything is meaningless. Just imagine that's a voice a voiced line. In the Shadowlands, everything is meaningless.
The darkness
Okay,
must
oh, whoops. That's not necessarily what I wanted. So this is the turn into a furry button. Where am I going? Anima...
Welcome to my grove.
Wait, what?
Ardenweald
Oh.
needs your strength.
Anima recovered from Proglow. Use soul shape to collect anima from Proglow. Then infuse the wild seed with the collected anima. Anima recovered from Proglow while in soul shape.
In nature.
Okay, you're not Proglow. Who is Proglow? Oh, I gotta go all the way around. Okay, I see. Wait, what? I don't understand. Oh, it's underneath. Okay, I'm a idiot. Are you currently enjoying the storyline? Do you feel it's been watered down compared to previous expansion? Dude, this is so watered down. It's difficult to deter. It's difficult for me to decide whether or not Battle for Azeroth was more watered down or if it's Shadowlands. But I'm like, I feel like every 20 steps I take in Shadowlands, it's just extra crap, and none of it matters. Like, so far, almost none of this has mattered. Like, this is the first... I'm assuming this is going to be the first major storyline thing that I've done, like, in a while. This is the first, like, major story thing I've done in a hot minute. I mean, Battle for Azeroth was bad. Like, don't get me wrong.
I speak for the spirits. Float on the wind. Welcome.
Okay, here we go.
Hope this is enough.
I mean, and the other thing is, too, is, like, at the end of this whole expansion, just because I've spoiled it for myself and watched a bunch of other stuff, like, the ending of this expansion doesn't even give us any answers. It just leaves us with more questions than we had, and it didn't even feel all that sensible.
What do you fight for?
I came back for Shadowlands after quitting at the end of MOP. Mostly just play alt and achievement chasing now, dude. I 110% respect that. I think that's where most people are at right now.
I will join you. Perhaps I can help find what we need.
All right, listen to the tale of Turnanok. Okay, so this will be the first major questing thing in about an hour of like in-game play.
The wilds tremble before my fury.
Just waiting for Sylvanas to declare Shadowlands is free. She's gonna break Shadowlands, and then where do we go? Oh, I've got it. She, like, cracks the jailer's head open, and then, you know, we just start to go into space. We go out into the great void.
I return at last to the long slumber.
Long slumber.
To the great forest beyond. Until I may serve the wilds again.
Here's my question. How does he just automatically go back to Ardenweald? I don't understand this. Like, okay, you were a bear? But, like, with the mechanics of the mall, like, aren't you supposed to go through this whole process to decide, like, where you should go? Like, he could have gone to Maldraxxus. Like, he is a warrior. Like, he's a warrior spirit. He could have gone to Maldraxxus. Yeah, he's a bear, but that doesn't mean anything. Again, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I thought that they were supposed to go through this process to assign things. Like, okay, you were a bear, but you were also a kick-ass warrior. So you could go to Maldraxxus. But if you were particularly honorable, then, you know, you see what I'm saying? Pre-Broken Arbiter? Pre-Broken Arbiter. Yeah, exactly.
Friend.
Yeah, pre-Broken Arbiter. The jailer. I mean, the jailer was such a lame villain. Completely made the Lich King's motive meaningless. Yeah, I'm with most people in the opinion that he took all of the agency. I'll talk about it in just a second. I don't want to invalidate this. This is like, I do like this. This is beautiful, but I'll listen to this and then I'll talk about that in a second. Remind me when we get out of the cinematic.
Rest well. And dream. Season after season of this drought.
My own personal headcanon, I choose to believe that he did not move from that spot in all of that time. I choose to believe that he just stayed right there, waiting for her to come back. Like a lost puppy. You know? Killed it.
It must be done. Reclaim everything from this grove. Everything.
No! This is my grove! You will not destroy them!
Erelon, we are not your enemy.
Anyone who threatens my grove is my enemy. I swore an oath. My queen.
Yeah, bitch.
I kept faith all this time that you would save us. And now you send scavengers to my grove?
Ooh.
Why?
You saw what is to come.
Ardenweald is dying.
There's no guarantee that was going to happen, by the way. I just want to point that out. It's just her prophetic vision, but those half the time are wrong, especially within the context of WoW.
We have culled your grove,
Not that he knows that.
so that others might live. Will you sacrifice one soul for the forest entire?
Of course he
Or
is.
will you keep your oath?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether or not he will. You'll just kill him and then take it anyways, so don't pretend like his choice matters.
Your heart is pure. I will honor your choice.
Now. Ardenweald, which is a realm of death, is dying top-notch writing. Absolutely. I will say, like, out of all of the motifs that they pulled out for all of the different covenants, like, especially with, like, Ardenweald, like, that one is the most well done, well executed. Like, thematically, it makes a lot of sense. There are just some character interactions that don't make sense.
Forgive me, friend.
I guess the other thing is, too, is those, like, she
I
actually
will
cares.
Hunt for you, my queen.
So, I mean, you can see that in the character. Like, she's having to make an impossible decision, so I respect that.
For Ardenweald.
But
And for the souls we can yet save. I swear it. I swear it.
see, and that's the sad part. Is like in that cinematic with the all the things on the line for Ardenweald, like that is an example of fantastic writing and great storytelling. That is not overblown. It's simple. It's thematic. It makes sense, and it's impactful. Just in that little cinematic, Blizzard showed they can do it. So it's sad that that has more meaning in just the small context of Ardenweald than the whole Jailers thing did with the entirety of Shadowlands. Like, I don't understand. You selectively apply your creative genius in the ways that matter less than they should, and not when they should on the things that should matter more, like the entire storyline of Shadowlands with the jailer and whatnot. I just don't understand it. So back to what I was saying, like pre the Broken Arbiter, like that whole thing with the Ursine or the fucking bear. I say Ursine, I'm League of Legends blind. Like with the whole bear thing, like why does he automatically just go back to Ardenweald? If he's a particularly valorous soul, like, you know, he could go be with all the valorous. If he's a particularly warlike, you know, creature, then, you know, he could go to Maldraxxus and he could be a warrior, you know? If he's, you know, particularly evil or did bad deeds even as a bear thing, you know? Just, I don't know, man. But, I mean, I guess for ease of storytelling, like, obviously, bear animal thing goes back to bear animal place. So, I can't fault them for trying to keep it simple. Some of these quests I'm just going to ignore because I would like to move on in this story. The jailer's motive makes absolutely no sense, honestly. Bolvar turning full on Ner'zhul would have been far more interesting in Ice Crown 2.0. Possibly. I don't know that that would have made sense. Right, because Bolvar's whole thing is he took the crown willingly just to make sure that it didn't fall into the wrong hands and to keep its power, like, mostly contained. But, I mean, in that instance, though, like, it would have made more sense for him to be turned by the jailer because of how long he wore the crown and not after ending up, you know, in Oribos, which makes no sense. It's like, oh, he only is greatly affected by it afterwards. You know, and then it's like, also, like, how badly they nerfed Bolvar, which makes no sense. Like, you're going to tell me that he has been keeping that thing under control this entire time with the Helm of Domination, like, has not really had too much of a problem. He's just kind of been chilling out on this, you know, ice cube throne, has had this whole thing sort of ironed out, and then you're just randomly going to tell me that magically he's now just incapable of resisting it or fighting back against it? Again, makes no sense. Also makes no sense why Sylvanas was able to beat him. She's not that powerful. But that's just me. Like, oh yeah, Sylvanas just shows up and beats Bolvar. No, she doesn't. No, I mean, Bolvar's really strong.
Are you in need of the wild hunt? Do what you must.
What do you ask?
Very solid point.
Watch
I like to think so. It's like, I think the other thing is too is initially like when people saw the cinematics, like, oh, it's so cool, Sylvanas, she's gonna kick Bolvar's ass, and then it's just like, wait a minute. Bolvar's been controlling the Helm of Domination for a long time. That, like, he's also, like, in the literal seat of power. She should not be able to beat him. At all. I don't understand that at all. Like, yeah, she just beats Bolvar. Not so sure about that one. They just whooped him since he doesn't have Frostmound, but then he does have Crazy Stick Hammer. I mean, exactly. He has Crazy Stick Hammer. He also was just summoning ice cubes. Like, this is just throwing things at her. And again, like, he's insanely powerful. He was insanely powerful before he put on the Helm of Domination. They did him dirty. They did Bolvar insanely dirty with being nerfed as a character. I don't understand that. Okay, I understand that Sylvanas is undead and she's incredibly more powerful than when she was Sylvanas Windrunner, but it's still Bolvar 4 Dragon. He is still the wielder of the Helm of Domination. Like that. Like if they wanted to write the whole domination thing, they should have just like written it that the jailer took over Bolvar 4 Dragon. Shadowlands just has felt bad storytelling wise. It could have been an amazing expansion, but just ended up being not.
How can I help?
Yeah. So very dirty.
I serve the queen.
It's too far away.
You're gonna die now. And then you will follow. Stolen memento.
The forest
No,
needs
I do
us.
not want to click on you. I don't know. I'd be interested to see what other people thought. Like where do you guys think they should have gone storyline? Like, what should Shadowlands have been about instead of angry I don't want to spoil it, but you're going to be discussing what they do with the crown. Oh, I know what they do. I've already watched all the cinematics and stuff like that. I'm way late through playing through Shadowlands. This is my first playthrough of it, but I have seen the cinematics, so I know what they do with it. I'm aware of the sword and whatnot. I'm aware with the ending and the whole thing with Arthas.
Where shall we go next?
I would be curious to hear what people think about where they actually should have gone with the cinematic, or sorry, not cinematic, with the actual storytelling, like what people think should have happened.
Hello.
But the biggest crime for me was like that he invalidated all of the decisions that had been made by, you know, really important characters, specifically Sylvanas, in the last attempt to redeem her, which made no sense. Like, she was beyond redemption and should have been allowed to die. That is just my opinion. Damage here. Damage. Execute. Execute. That's rude. I don't appreciate that. Arden Wills from top dying. The jailer's motivation makes no sense. I also figured the Sylvanas would... Sanctum of Domination Bolvar should have delivered the killing blow to her. I just think, wondering what they're going to do with Tyrande. Anthony. Again, report the bot, please. I think you all see it. Just make sure that you're reporting those. I'm going to keep deleting that stuff as I see it. Oh, whoops, Marie, sorry. I did not mean to target yours. I do not have great selection of the messages here. Just... Sorry, didn't mean to delete that. The controls for deleting things in terms of messages are not great. I have to do it. It's annoying. I can't do it via Streamlabs, which is insanely annoying. They should have delivered... Sanctum should have been killing blow to her. There needed to be an expansion between BFA and Shadowlands that was more of a build-up. Absolutely. That is another opinion I have, is like, Sylvanas just randomly... Like, that's the other thing, too, is so she just randomly shows up there and then, like, just... She kicks Bolvar's ass and then, like, breaks the helm. Like, there's no explanation of how she... Like, there's no clear-cut explanation of how she knew. Like, oh, I just knew. I just knew. I just knew. I just knew to break it. I just knew.
Are you in need of the wild hunt?
Okay. It's like, what do you mean you knew? How did you know? When did you first find out? When did you decide that you were just going to go there? Also, how did you make it all the way there without being discovered? That's another question to ask. Like, she shouldn't have been able to make it all the way there without somebody important spotting her. Again, just me.
I serve the queen. The forest.
Boom, there we go. But we'll see what they do with the next expansion. They have, to coin a rather bad phrase, Blizzard has plenty of rope with which to hang themselves with this next expansion, but they are only going to get the last shot with a lot of people. Okay, we're still fine on health. The expansion is going to be my last try with them. I think a lot of people feel that way. I think a lot of people kind of feel like that if they don't get this next one right, they're kind of just going to give up. Which I think is a shame, to give up on WoW. I mean, even through all last couple of expansions and with... I think Lost Ark is looking better and better. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, a lot of people are very interested in playing Lost Ark, which I can't necessarily blame them. I definitely feel for that. What is this? I definitely feel for that sentiment. People that feel like Lost Ark would be a better use of their time. I totally understand. I may try and play it myself. I don't know hardly anything about Lost Ark. I just know there's high expectations for as the next MMO. I also know its development has been carefully done. I know Ashes of Creation is another one that people are looking forward to. No, for me, I'd like to play Elden Ring, just because I'd be interested to see how that plays a single-player game. But tomorrow we'll be doing a video about WoW tokens. It'll be a little bit of a different kind of content, different than I've done before, at least stylistically. I've never done something more comedic-wise. Although, if some of the comments that I was going by in that video that I did for Asmund, which I didn't expect them to see, some people thought that was a joke or satire, which it most certainly was not, which is a shame. My main is still my rogue from 2005, and it's definitely a gut blow if I quit. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people like that. No, thank you. Appreciate it, though. Best of luck in your recruiting. We're just gonna leap all the way up there. Boom, there we go. Big damage. There we go. Again, all of these time-wasting quests that are not a great use of investment as a player. Oh, that just timed out. Victory Rush just timed out. Go. Alrighty. I think my main is a Paladin 2004. I did quit after Misfits, but I came back for Classic and then got drawn back into retail and Shadowlands announcement. Yeah, a lot of people like that too, because a lot of people quit during Battle for Azeroth, and then they saw Shadowlands and got lured in by the cinematic and thought it was going to be great, and then turns out it wasn't. Which is a shame, because a lot of people feel like they got cheated in terms of the overall quality of the expansion. So, I think a lot of people were like that. I also think, like, when you're talking about quitting after Mists of Pandaria, like, I think a lot of people quit after Mists of Pandaria. Just because for a lot of people, Mists of Pandaria was the last enjoyable expansion for them.
My queen.
Classic was so much fun before the Mage Farmers took it over. True. A truer true has never been trued. Dude, what am I hitting? There we go. Go. Mist had a really good story. Mist had a fantastic story.
The anima is somewhere nearby.
It wasn't just good, it was fantastic.
Must continue our search.
And again, for many, the last really good expansion of WoW, at least in a long time. The other thing that's interesting too is some people they talk about Battle for Azeroth and even Shadowlands, and they're like, well, it's subjective how whether or not the expansions were actually good and whether or not they were poorly done. But I think the thing is like mass consensus is that these two expansions have not been fun to play, and like overloading of systems and complication of game mechanics, and it's like think it was Asmon's stream I was listening to the other day. I was eating lunch, and I can't remember. He had somebody in the room with him. He had somebody that was in the room with him, and they made a comparison. I don't know who it was. I don't know his name. A lot of people enjoyed Legion. A lot of people also didn't enjoy Legion. Like, I mean, I think it's an even ratio on that one. That one, Legion was very divisive whether or not people enjoyed it. You enjoyed it if you were a warrior. If you're a warrior, you really liked Legion. Honestly, WoD had potential to be good, but they didn't understand why they slacked on it. Yeah. The point. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So there was someone in the room with Asmon the other day, and they made a point. They talked about like the actions per minute in retail are so high, but those actions basically mean nothing in the context of what you're doing in the game. Like in Classic, all of your actions actually mean something. Every action is meaningful in terms of the abilities you use. But like I'm pressing like 4 or 5 different buttons at any given time.
What is that?
In this expansion.
One of the Drust.
And retail, and it's like they just don't math. They just don't matter like at all. Some bleeds on this guy. Cute. Execute. And one last one. There we go.
The way is clear. To the heart of
The most disappointing thing about WoD is when you go back and look at all the assets that they just didn't use, like all the stuff that was just ignored. You just see unfinished products in the game. You're like, wow, this could have been something. No time investment.
Get the heart. We'll hold off the Drust.
But again, WoD was before I really started playing. So, quite a bit of the information I have about... Oh, I gotta punch this thing. Just gonna spam executes.
Could we not use it to restore your grove? And mine as well.
Our groves are gone, Naya. We must accept them and let them go.
There must be some
Legion is cool for me personally. I don't really like what they did with some of the most iconic weapons. For example, seeing a Tarim with a high lore title using Ashbreaker was just so wrong. Same as a Dwarf Shaman using a Doomhammer. Fair enough. Yeah, WoD felt unfinished. And again, that's the biggest disappointment for a lot of people was you saw what it could have been. But WoD was really before my time. In terms of like before I actually really started playing World of Warcraft.
There are too many of them.
Protect the heart at all costs.
I turned into snails.
I can't leave you alone for a moment, can I?
Oh, don't even act like you've been even remotely helpful.
Come along. We have work to do.
The audacity of this woodland creature to sit here and tell me, come along, we have work to do. After I have wasted... You look like Asmongold because you're a bald? True. Only Asmon has hair. He is in significantly better position than I am because he has hair. But I don't have hair by choice, so I don't know what to tell you there.
Thank you, Lady
Had to tap out the
Moonberry.
baldness.
We are...
Oh.
Sparkle them up.
Shadowlands felt good at first, but quickly went down the unfinished path. I didn't get to play WoD whenever it actually came out, Warlords of Draenor. So the majority of what I have heard about it and seen from watching a tremendous amount of content is centered around that, and that seems to be the prevailing sentiment. Like everything I've seen, especially just running through those zones and stuff like that. Of course, it's changed now. But like everything I've seen from gameplay and from reading stories and commentary and from listening to people that actually have, invested time in the game to play it. Challenge is perfect. You are just mad that warriors are weak. I wouldn't know. I'm not a competitive raider. I wouldn't know that warriors are weak. Also, I'm playing Arms Warrior. Isn't like Arms Warrior like an S tier class? I don't understand that at all. Like, isn't Arms just one of the best classes in the game right now? Bald shaved head is a hairstyle. Prove me wrong. Some of us moved to that style rather unwillingly. Myself among them.
That should do the trick. I'll keep an eye on the Drust. You head back to Alio.
No, it's just just unfortunate part of life. Sometimes you gotta give things up, and shaving for me, shaving my head was one of the things I just kind of accept that I need to do because my hair just doesn't grow correctly. Believe me, it's a lot worse if I try and let it grow because then it makes me look really old. So I'd rather just shave it and look closer to my age than not shave it and look like a really old man. Not that it matters because people just call me an old man regardless. I've seen some crazy strong arms in Arena. That was my consensus. My consensus was that like Arms Warrior is fantastic for both PvP and raiding. Not that I even remotely care about PvP.
Night embrace you.
Is this anything I need? Minus 16 mastery. That's fine. I'll trade that. Don't need that. Again, all this gear that's just worthless.
Queen and Grove.
Burn Ardenwield. You're not wrong. Let's see, for the sake of spirits. Spoilers, fine. Forced refugees, fine. All these quests. Just to waste time.
Dreams are beautiful things.
I don't know, but if you don't have Ardenwield, then all the creature spirits don't have somewhere to go. And all of these quests.
More Drust will surely attack us soon. Please, hurry.
This is such a time waste.
Evil has no place in these woods.
Free trap. Tenders in the Dreamshine Basin. Where furries belong. I can't refute that point, so I'm not going to comment on it. But I have no actual first-hand knowledge of it, so... What the fuck am I doing? Just running around trying to find these things to set free.
The hunt has been called, and I have answered.
What do these things even look like? 3 spirit tenders in the Dreamshine Basin, 8 spirit tenders freed. I'm interested in seeing what Blizz will do with the Void story. Apparently many planets are covered in Void and infested with other gods, but we've known that for a long time. So we know that the old gods kind of are a, sort of a byproduct of the Pantheon's meddling. So, like in that sense, like definitely they that a spirit tender? Is that what I'm looking for? Nope, sure isn't. Okay. I mean, we definitely know that, like, the Pantheons visit a lot of different planets because it's written into their lore. And so we know that, like, they shaped a lot of different planets. Okay, let's... So many fucking quests I gotta do. I need to... 3 Spirit Tenders in Dreamshine Basin. Okay, I am in... in the Dreamshine Basin, I think, for the most part. So where are these Spirit Tenders? Am I just, like... Am I stupid? Don't answer that. $14.88. I don't know what that means. What? We depth investigation abnormal account. Please visit BattleWildNet. Confirm you are the owner of the account. Otherwise, we will suspend your account. What? We depth and what is this? What? Guys, this isn't real, is it? Hold on, let me move my camera. What is this? Is this real? This isn't real, right? BattleWow.net? What? What the fuck is this? Okay, there's this. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm not doing it because it's. I mean, it looks sus, like it's red. I mean, it's someone trying to. It's someone trying to report. Yeah. Or spamming. Oh. Not at all. It's keyloggers. Okay. 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 Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I might die here. Not before I take you with me. Ooh. Okay. How do I get rid of this? Close whisper window. I don't want anything to do with that. Okay, so would someone like to explain what that was? Because I don't understand what that was at all. I'm assuming that was an attempt to get me to click something, but there was no link, so... I guess I fundamentally don't understand what that was. And again, I've never encountered that, because I keep mostly to myself.
Your animal will be mine!
This is not a fight I should be taking, but I'm stuck in it now, so... I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm gonna die. That's okay. Holy Spirit. I am just not paying attention. I'm sorry, that interaction just freaking caught me so off guard. That's never happened to me. But, like, GMs only interact with you via mail, right? Like, they're not actually gonna, like, initiate a log with you, right? GMs only interact with you via mail. Or am I just, like, not remembering? So, basically, if you go onto the site, they tell you to infect you the virus to gather IBM for a while. Okay, and they take everything you have. Joke's on them, I don't have anything, except gold. And I don't even have a lot of that. Spam their WoW services to make money. Okay, gotcha. Well, joke's on them. I don't have anything. Except, I guess, an account. And some gold. How much? 45. I could take that fight, honestly. We're gonna... I kind of want to try that again, but I also kind of don't. The despoiler slain. I tell you, chat, we're gonna try this fight again because I feel like we can win this one. We just do it. Big damage, big damage, big damage, big damage. Yes, okay, much better this time. More pain. One of those. Oh, I don't know why I just did that. Heavy Fury. Boom, there we go. Nice! I did it! Yay! Now to go kill this thing for health.
I need to get...
Yes, I am an ability clicker. It's not ideal. Listen, dude, I get you're typing things to just get a reaction, but I'm just not gonna react to you. Like, if you want to have a conversation about something like real, that's fine. But like, if you're just typing stuff to type stuff, I'm not gonna respond to it. I'm not convinced that this guy isn't a bot either. Boom. Bada boom. Boom. What? I didn't deserve that. Go. Only 4 more of those. Yay. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, but no thank you. That's just stuff to mine. Okay, what am I... There's a streamer. Anima expulsion. No, that's not it. Spoilers. Okay, we'll figure it out in a minute. We keep working our way down. Can you also turn war mode on? So, no, and also, no. Anywho's, I believe Revendreth is next after Ardenweald and actually has a really cool theme and story. Yep, it is the next part of the story. At least from what I know. Light Innovator, we're going to kill these things. It's like, yes, can you tell me what server on, and also can you enable war mode so I can kill you? No, I won't kill you. You'll understand when I say I don't believe you. And also, no, I'm not huge into PvP, so nothing. I'm just not remotely interested in PvP. Let's go to Filer. Okay, I have all my major DCDs, so we're just gonna... Also, none of that stuff will help, but it makes me feel better. Done Dream Snipe Asmongold on WoW. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not on any server that I know of that I'm on. I exist on 2 servers. And I have no interest in interacting with Asmongold while he's on his stream. Like, I'm on 2 servers. Glad I found the stream. See you in the next one. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for visiting, James. Hope you've had a good night and appreciate you stopping by. Did that even work? Tuning. There we go. I'm well aware that Asmon does not like people stream sniping. I've watched Asmon for a long time, and I have no interest in disturbing him while he's on the stream. Boom, there we go. not sure why I got muted. I didn't mute you. And I don't have mods, so I don't think you got muted. And again, not entirely convinced that you aren't a bot. I've detected no human intelligence. Just run across here real quick. YouTube filter. I can't help you there. I don't know what YouTube filters or doesn't filter. I'm used to Twitch. This is the second time ever I've streamed with YouTube streaming, so this is new for me. Just aggro all this shit. I am so dead. Oh, maybe not. Turns out Fury Warrior is actually pretty good.
It's pretty clear that this spirit won't dream peacefully until... Yeah, I'm not going to worry about this right now. Okay, we'll go turn this in. We're just going to leave. Not concerned about... There we go. I'm not a bot, I promise. I don't believe you. Begin the ritual.
But it remains to be seen.
How can I help? Dream on.
Watch this and give me another pointless quest.
In nature, all are one.
Freedom. Freedom is the only way. Nope. Not doing that yet.
Hello there.
2 more quests.
Real, but they can still hurt you. Be careful.
2 more quests. I'd say I'm surprised, but that would be a lie. Party is using Wi-Fi tower to read your thoughts. I'm sure. I'm sure it's a scandal.
Of her past, of the events that shaped all others to come.
I need to get closer.
And now we're main tanking.
A dear friend's betrayal. A pain that never fades.
Government bought them to use in vaccines. Interesting.
I'm out of range. It's too far away.
What? Go. 1. Just so many quests to complete. I am tired of this zone. I'm thoroughly ready to be done with Ardenweald. Oh, that is a lot of messages getting retracted. I have no idea what's happening or why it's happening. I have nothing to do with those messages getting retracted. Ow. I'm assuming YouTube just nixed that guy. I'm assuming they just Thanos snapped that guy. But I have no idea because I'm not the one doing anything. We are not bots, I promise. Interesting. Well, YouTube just Thanos snapped like almost every single one of your comments, so I don't believe you. It's not YouTube. Well, I don't know what it is because I don't have time to manually go through and delete all the messages because you can't do it from Streamlabs. This is why I stream Twitch, because I can have more control over stuff like this. So. Need one more dragon, I don't need 2. I only need 1.
Left unfinished. So much remorse and regret.
Oh, I'm so ready to be done with this zone. Zone is at this point excruciating to play through.
Welcome. Take care. What brings time? Enter the spirit's nightmare and bring...
Okay. Oh, well, that's... Do you still need to do quests in any other zone? I think, I think Revendreth is about the last one after this. We've seen this moment before. You still need to quest in any other zone. No, I'm just ready to be out of Ardenweald, to be honest with you. There's other quests to still do here, but... And we're thrown back to Legion.
It begins again. The pain and agony. The madness beyond measure. Forgive me, children. My actions, they are not my own.
Oh, Revendreth was fun. Ignore this guy in chat. I haven't been using YouTube for all that long, so I don't necessarily know how to handle this.
This is your end, mortals. The dream is undone. Not while I
Just ignore this guy.
Are you truly lost to say? After all we have built, all we have done. Do what you must, dear friend. It is the only way. By the light of Elune, we will.
Sorry guys, 1 second. I'm gonna handle this. I'm actually thoroughly tired of this now. How do I... that's about the best way to handle it, I think. I just want not bots. Okay, that should handle that. No, it's cool. Maybe he just has social anxiety, not in a root. No, dude, you haven't seen this stuff he's been spamming in chat. It's all... I think it's stuff in an attempt to trigger the YouTube auto-moderation and to get the channel flagged. I think that's the only thing it is. I can't think of anything else. That guy's just straight up being a problem. I have tolerance, but only up to a certain point. And I'm not gonna sit there and let my channel get sabotaged because someone wants to spam keyword stuff that YouTube's gonna flag. Oh yeah, electricity went out for a few times. I had to restart and come back. No worries. Just glad you're here.
Need anything?
Hey! Everyone listen! We're not the only ones who witnessed that nightmare. The Drust are approaching as we speak.
I just want out of this zone.
Ardenweald needs your strength. Take the horn, sound the call, and summon the hunt.
Well, well, what do we have here?
master will not be denied.
It is always a spy boy.
The strong prey on the weak. Doom comes to Ardenweald. Queen.
The groves will fall. Protect the forest.
I mean, Ardenweald has been particularly bad about these just meaningless quests over and over again. I'm
Too far away.
starting to get a little frustrated at it. I would like to make meaningful progression in a way that matters in a decent amount of time. And that has thus far not happened.
The hunt did not heed the call? That does not bode well.
That's not good. Maybe they just didn't hear it. Grab that aggro and everything. I just want to get through a place without aggroing everything. That's too much to ask for. Seriously, man. It's like... Can you please hurry up and de-aggro? Thank you. Dude, I swear to God, if it's not one thing, it's another. This is why you end up wasting so much time in this game. Because you can't go anywhere without aggro or anything. It makes the campaign just that much longer to get through. Frustrating. Yeah. It's super annoying. It's like, I just want to get through a part of the campaign in a timely and efficient manner, and I can't do that if every 30 feet I move, I'm getting aggroed by something. It's insanely frustrating. Alright, we called. They didn't come. The whole thing's off. I can go home now, right? I can be freed from this accursed prison of unending quests where you fight an elite and then try to dodge the spells and aggro other things. Yes, exactly. Just aggro straight into other things, then you have like triple the problems and you're getting more time wasted. Please free me from this never-ending quest hell. Nope. Nope. I don't get to be free yet. Nope. I'm still stuck in this... Still stuck in this accursed zone. Jesus, I've been in this zone so long now, I forgot why we're even here. Dude. Noxious. Blizz, how about no? Exactly. Dude, I don't understand. Is like my channel just a bot magnet? Is that all this is? Am I cursed to live this way forever?
I see your hunt goes well, mortal. Always hit your mark. No mercy. Wild hunt with me for Ardenweald.
I love playing World of Warcraft with my friends. Well, that's good. I do unfortunately not have many people to play it with, but I just enjoy streaming it. I do not enjoy this part, though. This part sucks. I have been in this zone for a long time now.
Move swift as the wind.
I'd like to, I just retracted. Dude, I think my channel is cursed. I think it's a bot magnet. I don't either, to be honest with you. I actually don't even have a functional understanding of how bots get made.
I need to get closer. Speak plainly.
Oh, changed a word. Went from my to your. Maurice, it's a bot. It's a bot, or it's a person trying very hard to look like a bot. I don't appreciate that.
We serve the queen.
Just you're wasting your time if you're trying to convince them not to do it. They're gonna do it. I mean, the good news is I guess I get credit with YouTube or whatever for them texting so long as it doesn't get removed. It's so annoying, and it fears me into something else, which is even more annoying. And this thing I can't survive because I don't have the health. Yeah, I don't have the help for this. I got to get away from this. Am I gonna get an NPC help? Nope, because this thing is just going to... It is just going to aggro me all the way. Nope, it aggroed me all the way. Hey, ready, Zabot? Yep. It's not like it's particularly difficult to tell, it's just more annoying than anything. Dude, that thing, on death, it aggroed me straight into a boss.
Where do we strike?
The Wild Hunt has need of us.
Target something first.
Okay. Listen, bro, I gave you a chance, but you can't be in here spamming that kind of stuff, dude. That's not appropriate. I'm out time. Oh, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. And maybe it's a stupid thing because I see a pause and people do weird things. No, it's almost always a bot, dude.
Aim true and strike down our prey.
What am I doing?
Get closer.
A great danger looms. Come to me, and together we...
Maurice, you still there? I didn't accidentally time you out, did I?
Ardenweald need...
Just type in chat if you're still there. It doesn't show that I accidentally timed you out or anything like that. I just want to make sure, like, I didn't accidentally hit you with something.
Their anima will feed our victory. Leave their huts to rot.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. Well, that's not good. I say we're in a slow and as expensive. I got you, bro.
The Wild City! It's being burned!
Take it down, quickly, before we lose her.
Sweet, there we go.
Olio, look! Oh no! The Wild Seed. I no longer sense its dreams.
Unless we save her soon, she will be lost forever.
I have to go on a quest for this, aren't I?
In nature, all are one.
Be gentle. She's almost gone.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Bro, I want out of the zone. And I gotta escort this thing.
Your voice is but one bird singing in the night.
800 meters that way.
Well, I think it's time we all sang with you.
I think it's almost done if I'm so ready to be out of this zone, bro. I'm so tired of this zone. It's so many stupid quests. So many just time-eating quests that make no sense, offer you nothing, and just... other than just to exhaust you mentally and physically. And make you cry. You know, and the funny part is about this too, is there's so much time wasting stuff in this expansion, but it is still one of the shortest expansions ever released, which is fucking crazy. I'm so tired. I'm physically exhausted from this zone. Or you make you quit WoW for a month and then continue. Yeah, and in the meantime, they're still collecting your sub. Oh my god. An F in chat for all the people that quit Shadowlands before they even reached Ardenweald. Let alone after they reached Ardenweald. That is crazy, damn, that's true though. So many people. Yeah, I know. Yeah, people forget that Shadowlands is actually a short expansion, which is crazy, considering the amount of time you just spend doing random stuff, but... I mean, what are you gonna do? It's Blizzard. They will find some way to stretch an expansion, and by God did they do that with Shadowlands. Make no mistake about it, they stretched it. Okay, we're here. I need to see a queen show up, resurrect this thing so I can move on.
More tricks.
Following music, rope with WoW, so I never stop just to take a break sometime. I feel that.
I'm afraid. Lord Hearn,
Hail,
we
mortal.
request an audience with the Winter Queen.
Why couldn't have we just done this earlier? I don't understand this. All of this just... It would have been a lot easier if we'd have just started with waking Ysera up from the first place. Like, sure would be nice to have a dragon. We should probably wake that up. I know this whole theory of like, hey, we have to be selective of the things we wake up because, you know, limited on anima. But a dragon sure would help. I request 30 minutes of peace from that. The problem is I'm not big enough to need moderators, but it is times like this where moderators would be nice. He's gone. I put him in timeout. Don't worry about it. I'm saying, like, it's nice having an audience and all, but I can only imagine how Asmund does this with thousands of people, and, like, God forbid when he returns to his regular stream. He's gonna be so busy. Chat is definitely fun to manage sometimes, but things like that can make it not so fun. Whoops. Sorry. Sorry, guys. That,
of my sister. Why have you brought it to me?
This one is slipping away.
Our duty is.
What are moderators though? Sorry, I'm kind of new at all. Moderators are basically just people that moderate chat. They basically sort of manage people with disruptive behavior and stuff like that and keep the chat sort of flowing in a manner that isn't disruptive. So like if people are just spamming random nonsense that's disruptive and it's rude, then they kind of take care of that. If people are saying things that are bannable, offenses and stuff like that, the mods help take care of that in order to protect the channel and stuff like that. But again, you only need that when you have like large audiences, which I certainly don't qualify. That's why I don't have them, because also you have to pay those people for your time. Or technically you don't have to pay them, but you should pay them. I don't have the money to pay moderators, so I struggle on. Normally when I'm streaming with Twitch, which is what I'd like to do, I'd like to convert the number of people that watch on YouTube to people who watch on Twitch. That would be a lot better, because Twitch is the better streaming platform for stuff like this, because it has a lot of those features already built in that YouTube simply just doesn't have right now. It's like right now I can't manage my chat from Streamlabs. I have to manage it from the YouTube website while Streamlabs is up, which is super obnoxious. YouTube on Streamlabs is not great integration. This is so cool though, seeing you, Sarah, get resurrected. This is so cool. The only thing I want to happen after this is that I get to leave this zone. I want no other quest. I want out. Get me out of this zone.
The drought. I awaken once again, but in a world not my own.
You are reborn in Ardenweald, child of dreams. To this realm are you bound, and you will share its fate. Our sacred charge remains unchanged.
What did I get out of that? No, it's a quest.
Ardenweald would hear your plea.
I am not a bot, I promise. If I had $1 for every time somebody had said that, I would have a lot of money. And your first message, and sorry, both your messages instantly retracted by YouTube.
Even more grave than this crippling drought. Come, mortal, join me at my court, and stand before the heart of the forest. There we shall speak further.
And by the way, this is all of the zone that we still didn't explore. So imagine if, like, the questing forced you to explore all of that in order to complete that zone. Enjoy playing the Necromancer class. Jesus Christ. Just to be clear, for those that are either paying attention to this or maybe are just watching this passively, I am not retracting this message. They are automatically getting retracted. I have nothing to do with them getting retracted.
We are no strangers. The heart of the forest is vital to Ardenweald, and to the protection of the realms beyond. Long ago, we drew upon its magic to ensure the Maw would be inescapable.
Okay, you're going in timeout. I'm not going to get harassed by people. You're going in timeout. Just working with the Chinese government. Bro, I'm a fucking vet. Not that you care.
Your path leads onward, mortal. Know that you have.
I actually find that stuff personally offensive because that's an offense to what I stood for as a military member. Dude, I want people that are not bots. Why is this so difficult? I don't understand. What is it about my stream that is just attracting bots? Like, who did I anger to deserve this? Military member? Yeah, I was in the Navy. Way to go around that. It was the American Navy? Yeah, cheers, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was a submariner's electronic technician radioman, and then I served as a legalman at the end of my, my duration in the Navy. I had a chance to do some cool stuff. My master. Oops, that was not where I wanted to go. Here we go. Look at that. And to Orbos we go. Governments are all working together to cover up. If I ignore it, it continues. If I acknowledge it, it continues. And I don't know what to do. So bots are not real people. No, they're not. Which in this case, this may be a person that's just creating accounts really, really quickly, and then they're just spamming stuff that looks like a bot. Because they can just copy and paste messages over and over again, but that is essentially what they're doing, I'm assuming as an actual person, is essentially what bots do as an automated process. The actual bots are usually the ones that come in and type really short messages like the .vio or stuff like that. They're just really sketchy stuff. They're like, what the hell does that even mean? Whereas this is just I think an actual person being obnoxious. And it's a damned if I do, damned if I don't situation, because if I acknowledge this, then, and, you know, take action against it, it's not going to stop. But if I ignore it, it continues. And it's disruptive. So I don't really know what to do here. But there aren't a tremendous number of people watching, so I think I can just leave it be for now. The other thing is, too, is like, if I was streaming on Twitch, this wouldn't be happening as badly because it's a lot harder to do this on Twitch. Like YouTube, it's really easy to create accounts and just spam stuff. Twitch is really difficult because you have to go through the whole process over and over again, which is why it makes botting so hard. Credit where credit's due. Twitch has done a lot to help limit that kind of stuff.
What might your purpose be? With her voice have I spoken.
And straight to ribbon death. No break, just straight there. I'm deleting that message just because I don't know what core services is, and I don't want anybody googling it and then getting keylogged.
The Arbiter sees all.
Alright, here we go, straight to Rivendreth. And this zone is fucking massive.
This one looks funny. That is because they're still alive, I think. Don't be insensitive.
Yeah, don't be insensitive.
Damn soul to Revendreth. Your last hope of redemption.
I like how it automatically assumes that I'm guilty.
Each of these sin stones
I feel that.
represents a soul who has come to this place and cleansed themselves of their sins, eventually moving on from here or accepting the role of a Venthia. Final judgment comes from the Master. It is he who commands this place. It is he who embraces souls to become Venthia, the tormentors and eaters of sin. There are always those few who are unwilling to work for redemption, or don't agree with their sin stone, or are simply just a bunch of bad apples. Oh, those get the boot.
Yeah, we know a thing or two about bad apples, that's for sure.
Take this poor soul, for example. He's on his final warning. Won't even admit he did something wrong. Still thinks he's someone who needs my station.
Hold, creatures. This is a guest, not a charge.
Quick! Make yourself presentable. Lord Chamberlain is here.
Looks forward to me introducing you. I serve the Master. Come, mortal. Let us away from this place. Welcome to Revendreth.
Thank God I'm a smaller streamer, because I would not know what to do if my chat was nothing but this over and over again.
Now you have heard of the anima drought plaguing our
Hemisphere is pretty cool. Yeah, this zone is the biggest out of all of them, I think, though. Like, size-wise, I think it's probably the biggest out of any of the zones. But my understanding is this part of the storyline actually isn't too long.
There's a commotion up ahead. Looks like a fight.
rebels. Just drive either over or through them. They would not dare to... What in the name of the Master?
This mortal will not become another puppet of the Master.
He is your master too, traitor! Release us at once!
As you command, Lord Chamberlain.
Very poor choice of words. But a lot of small areas you have to go to quest them where you get bloody aggro vampires. Yeah.
You a builder or a breaker? Yeah, mine's right. You go find the lads, and I'll get this carriage back in a riding shape, eh? And try not to get ate.
I don't understand why it's happening in my stream though. I don't understand like if this is an advertisement for services or if this is just to harass. Like the times are pretty tired. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm waiting just a couple minutes to make 3 hours stream just because I try and stream at least 2 to 3 hours every day, and I'm this close to 3 hours, so I'm just gonna chill for the next couple of minutes. I don't want to start Revendreth. I'll probably do it tomorrow. A video to make tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out this whole botting or this whole situation here. I'm not understanding it because it's like I'm not big enough to attract this sort of audience to where this would matter. I don't understand this. I don't understand if this is an attempt to like get the channel tagged for something, in which case that makes no sense. I mean, they're not really advertising anything, so that doesn't make any sense either. The only thing is just like either to be obnoxious or like, there's some malicious intent behind that I'm just not aware of, or I'm just too stupid to understand. But I don't know, it's annoying. But again, it's like most people the actual people who are listening to this probably have the stream just in the background. And who probably aren't really paying much attention to this. It's like, but like this kind of message I'm obligated to remove. Oh, cool, man. No worries. I have no clue where they work either. Probably just saying stupid things like hateful false things. It's just a spamming of stuff. It's not even... I mean, it's not even particularly dangerous or anything like that. I don't have a problem with people having opinions, but it's just like the spamming of go visit website or something like that bothers me. Because I don't want people going to visit a website or something like that off of something they see in my stream and then have something bad happen to them. That bothers me a lot. So it's like messages like these I'm obligated to remove. Just because I don't want someone young coming in there and then like, oh, I'll go type whatever that thing they typed is in, and it's a key logging site where they just steal all your information. Seconds. No, just saying the Chinese things, like just use an example. I mean, yeah, you could attribute to being some kind of fringe political opinion or someone that actually believes that or whatever. I don't know. It's obnoxious to be sure, but I can't stop it. I mean, again, I don't know what YouTube's policy is. I've only been streaming with YouTube for 2 days. This is the second day. Again, I use Twitch normally. Normally when I'm on Twitch, this kind of stuff isn't an issue. Mostly because the audience is still small, and second because like Twitch is like they have better filtering services for stuff like this. I mean, they can say whatever they want just so long as it doesn't break TOS, but I don't know what YouTube TOS is. And anything spamming of like, go visit X site is obviously like going to be against TOS, so I'm obligated to remove it. So it's like every time he types that, I have to remove it. And I don't have an auto mod, so... Actually, truth be told, that would probably just fix it if I had auto mod to filter certain words and stuff like that. So this has to be a real person though, because it's not a bot, because they changed it up enough. Or unless maybe it has their scrambler on it, and then the bot is this actually a bot? I don't know, but it is a little annoying. Okay, cool, man. Wish I could do something to take these things away. It's all right. It's no worries. We'll get it figured out eventually. Every new streaming with every new service has its kinks you got to work out, and same thing with YouTube. So it's no big deal. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for me. I'm pretty tired. It's pretty late here. We reached about 3 hours. I appreciate everybody watching tremendously. It means a whole lot to me that you guys are spending time here, whether or not you're actually actively watching or whether or not you're just watching in the background. I super appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the people that subscribed, for people that aren't subscribed. If you want to subscribe, that's fantastic. Please feel free to do so. If you don't want to, hey, no worries. Cheers. Just glad you're enjoying having fun. But other than that, I will see you guys later. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to try and stream a little bit more. Obviously, we just reached Revendreth, so we'll try and power through that tomorrow. I'll be doing a video tomorrow as well, covering WoW tokens, but I guess you'll see that on your own time. But beyond that, appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all later. Cheers, and thanks for watching.